He always used to tell Lionel and I, Westy, train. He says, when I'm gone, put this on my tombstone so you remember it. You can't have too many shooters.
In my next life, I'm going to come back as an official and straighten that mess out.
I needed someone who was going to be flexible, who could really adjust to the game as the game changed. And the guy who showed all of that to me was Cotton Fitzsimmons.
You better get yourselves going, you better start playing, or I'll find me some rookies out here that want to play.
We were in a division in the Midwest with Chicago and Milwaukee. We were third in the division. We had the fourth best record in the NBA and didn't make the playoffs. You want to talk about frustration?
The Suns failed to make the 1971 and 72 playoffs despite their sparkling record.
And out of frustration, he was being lured to go to Atlanta by Richie Guerin. I said, Cotton, I'm not going to stand in your way. If you want to go, go. And he did.
Suck it up, suck it up. Act like the game is tied.
Yes, Cotton had another run. It was a great run, here in Phoenix.
I miss Cotton every day, and I just love that guy. He was so up and friendly and cheerful to everybody, and it wasn't phony.
Anybody that has ever had any time spent around Cotton knows that he never had a bad day.
His personality, his love and zest for life, it's just infectious.
That was him. I mean, he could see what was wrong. Don't think he wasn't perceptive enough to see problems. He could, but he chose to be positive.
Cotton Fitzsimmons, coach, my buddy. He should always be remembered here in Phoenix for what he did and what he was to the organization.
I always believed in Cotton. I thought Cotton was an excellent coach. Personality-wise, he was perfect.
Because coaches respect people that do the dirty work, and Dan Marley does the dirty work.
He was a guy who was very interested, not only as me as a player, but as a person. I remember one time he literally showed up knocking on my door at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. And I woke up and I heard knocking on my door, and I opened it up and there was Cotton. I was like, Coach, what are you doing? He said, I'm just checking on to make sure you're all right.
He always took the time to ask me about my family.
He truly cared about every individual on the team and asked how you were and what's going on in your life.
He got me as a second-round pick. He humbled me. He made me work extremely hard, and then he gave me a chance.
He allowed me to make mistakes on the court. He was a player's coach.
Lead pass Marley, here's Thunder Dan, whammo! Derek Harper got out of his way.
A lot about being successful in the NBA is about being lucky and playing for the right team and the right people, and Cotton was definitely the right person for me.
Mike D'Antoni had a great run here, and 7 seconds or less. Man, Cotton was way before that.
I've never had a coach just say, you guys can do this better than I can. You just go play the game of basketball. And he did. I don't know if he ever called a play. We know Westy would draw one up every once in a while, but Cotton was just go. I mean, you see him on the sidelines. All it was just go. Go. Don't look at me. Go.
To Greg Grant, to Chambers, to the hoop. Whammo time!
He didn't want to walk it up the floor. He would if he had to win, but he really wanted to run. And so that's how I wanted to play. He says, if anybody tells you they don't want to shoot, they're crazy. I want to shoot and I want to run and get shots. That's how these guys want to play.
Cotton was way before. We scored in 5 seconds or less.
It was one of those teams way back when that we could put a bunch of points on the board, and you got to give all that to Cotton.
People just tend to forget. They get caught up in the present. But we would score 115 points and we didn't even shoot threes.
Because he could talk to you. We'd have our moments when we're upset, ticked off, whatever, or we didn't perform to the level that he knew that we could, and he'd always challenge us in that.
Well, he told Ty Cobb and Mark West, I just need you to play dirty basketball, meaning do all the little dirty things to help us win.
Cotton was always gonna always challenge you. He needed to challenge you in another way of jump in your face and start screaming at you or whatever, but that was Cotton.
So he was a guy who could yell at you one minute and embrace you and whatever, but you knew he was doing it because he cared for you. He cared for the team, he wanted us to win, but he wanted you to be the best that you could be.
First of all, did you have no idea nobody was guarding you?
And he just wanted us to have fun. And that's what we did. He's one of the great offensive minds ever to coach basketball. He doesn't get the credit that he deserves. and how he can take a player and put him in a role and enhance that player's ability to look good.
He understood people, man, and he would get the most out of every individual, and he understood how to go about it. He understood those buttons to push for each player, and believe me, he would push them.
They're running a quick two-man game, so let's say, all right, if that's the case, let's go under.
Since he cared so much, he always wanted to know where everybody was at and what they were doing, but the follow-through person was Joanne. I mean, Joanne had every kid's picture on a refrigerator.
Joanne was the mother of the whole family. You know, if all of us were a family, she was certainly the mother. You know, she knew, not only did she have pictures of everybody's kids, she knew them by name.
Just his attitude, his love of basketball, his love of life, his love of Joanne. It was fantastic being around him. You always look forward to seeing Cotton.
He's one of those individuals that you think about every day.
At his funeral, you know, he said he wanted his 7 sons to carry him. I was one of those sons, you know, because of the connection that he had with us to just get us to another level. It was just something special.
Long live resilience. With Uconnect with an 8.4-inch touchscreen, class-exclusive Rambox storage, and 4-corner air suspension, Ram trucks work through the holiday so we can enjoy ours. Get a great deal on the trucks proven to last during the Ram Big Finish event.
Financing at an average $14,600 in total values on the 2017 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.